So how do you see the recruiting industry and correspondingly the recruiter roles evolving in this digital era? We see that there's a lot of talks about AI, a lot of talks about chatbots, right? So the recruiting industry is evolving, and that too during this COVID scenes, people are adopting digitization, right? People are moving towards more being digital. So during this period, how do you see the recruiting industry evolve, and also in line, how do you think the recruiter roles will evolve over a period of time?
Right. Actually, to be honest, recruitment as a function, I don't believe AI ML is going to replace it. It's only going to augment it. Let me elaborate a little, right? So in general, if you look at hiring happens in two forms. Places where hiring happens in bulk, and these are typically your blue collar jobs. And then there is selective hiring where you want a very specific set of skill set, and those are your white collar jobs. And then as again, like you go up the layer, the selectiveness of the profile becomes higher and higher, and that is why companies, for example, there would be the Michael Pages of the world, etc., that would go and fetch those talent for you, and like people are willing to pay very good amount of money for you to be able to find that talent, right? Now, to be honest, I believe like recruitment is a function of following things. One is being understanding business really well, and therefore importance of a role, and then like being able to understand what kind of a person might do justice to this role. That for an AI ML system to be able to do requires a lot of data. I mean, so usually the way AI ML works is that you train the system on a lot of information, a lot of data, a lot of data, and then it starts to see pattern, and then it starts to use those patterns. Fortunately or unfortunately, we don't have that level of information available. You don't have the attribute information of a person available, that hey, look, this person is actually very good with leadership, by the way, this is again a very great attribute in this person, etc., etc., and therefore this person is fit for the role. That doesn't exist. So doing or applying AI ML to matching, finding the right, I mean, the aspect of head hunting, that's an incredibly hard problem to solve. I know that there have been a bunch of companies in this space, but none of those companies have been able to solve this problem to a decent degree. The second part of recruitment is actually, if you're going after selective hiring, then being able to build those relations where the person is responsive to you, is happy sharing their concerns, etc., with you, and then like then they go through the process, they trust you for a major life decision, which is what career path to choose. That again is very hard for a machine to replicate. So think of AI ML, or in fact all of tech, as a tool. So all of future recruiters would heavily use tools, tech driven tools, to be better at their job. But nobody can replace you. I mean, very similar to, I say the same thing about software engineering. Nobody can replace software engineers. Nobody can replace recruiters either. They Tech or AI ML can only help you become better. For example, there are these assessment tools that would tell you who to focus on if you are hiring a techie, right? So they would, for example, filter out people who might not be great fit for this. Very similarly, like platforms like LinkedIn, Naukri, which are all digital tools, right? Like digital platforms, they help finding somebody easier. But again, like the hard work of actually what really to find, and like how to find that is still has to be done by a recruiter. So best recruiters in the future are people who would be well versed with these tools. They would know what is happening in the ecosystem. They would be quick to adapt, um, and then uh, and then they are above all people person.
Okay.
People love to share, and like love to trust.